everyone, I'm Ishwari. I'm a fifth year medical student. My previous semester ended around mid April, and just when I started complaining about not having much to do apart from my Step 2 CK prep, I came across this online telemedicine rotation. I got to know about this through Chicago Clerkships, so I'm extremely grateful to them. In this video, I'm going to share my experience with this whole new way of gaining clinical exposure. I did this rotation with Dr. Coleman on internal medicine. Before I start, I want you all to know that letters of recommendations are extremely important, especially those from US physicians, and they will give you a higher chance of getting into a residency program. The telemedicine rotation will take place on Zoom. You will be able to interact with patients, take their clinical history, and if required, you can direct the preceptor or the medical assistant to perform a physical exam on the patient. A lot of people feel that clinical experience is only about taking history and doing a physical exam. But in my opinion, the most important part of gaining clinical experience is the discussion that you have after seeing the patient. Let me tell you why. Being in med school, we all tend to think like students. When we hear that our patient has cough, sputum, and chest pain, we just jump into concluding that it's pneumonia. In the past few weeks, I realized that not everyone comes in with a textbook presentation. While going through and dealing with all these real cases, my perspective towards approaching patients has changed completely. I feel I've started thinking more like a doctor and less like a student. Dr. Coleman has a very unique way of teaching. He would never tell us things straight away. Instead, he'd keep asking us questions in such a way that every answer was one step close to what he wanted to teach us. He'd made us think and apply whatever we learned in the past into real life situations. And this is what I liked the most. I feel he took us from what we knew to what was unknown. This way, we not only learned new facts, but we also learned a way to derive them from what we already knew. To be honest, on my first day, I felt quite intimidated, being one of the most junior students in my group. But as days went by, I felt more confident, and I owe this completely to Dr. Coleman. He made sure each of us was comfortable and that all of us contributed to a discussion. My self-confidence and my self-belief that I have right now is one of the major things I gained from this rotation. I have to mention that Dr. Coleman's questions were not just what questions, they were why questions and how questions. He made sure that we not only knew our facts, but we also knew the reason behind them. He'd make us challenge conventional things and made sure we thought out of the box. And honestly, thinking this way has also helped me with my USMLE Step 2 CK prep. As doctors, we're always going to be a part of a team. Dr. Coleman encouraged this teamwork by giving us things to discuss about amongst ourselves and come up with a common plan. I loved how we respected each other's opinions, heard each other's point of views, and also encouraged each other. This rotation helped me work with people professionally. It not only made me think quicker, but also helped me develop my soft skills. Lastly, I made a good bunch of friends from people all over the world. I'm glad to have met people with a goal similar to mine. And they have all been really inspiring, and I learned stuff from them throughout this rotation. Overall, I loved this rotation. I feel like I learned a lot of new things, and I personally feel more prepared right now. It's the little things like getting the answers to a question correct and being able to contribute actively to a discussion that gave me positive reinforcement. So I highly recommend this rotation to you guys. If you are not in the US or are not being able to travel to the US, you can do it online the way I did. Or if you are in the US or in Chicago precisely, you can go to the doctor's office and get your training done there. Since most of us have a lot of time right now, I feel it's a golden opportunity to work on our overall development as prospective doctors. Not only will you be trained well, you will also hold a chance of getting a letter of recommendation.
Apart from internal medicine, rotations in the following specialties are offered as well. For more information on telemedicine rotations, please contact Ms. Banks. She's really sweet and will tell you the details about this program. I have mentioned her email ID in the description below. And in case you happen to be in the US, you can also get this training done at the hospital. Click on the link in the description to get access to sample videos by doctors.
I will soon be making a video on how I applied and how I prepared for this telemedicine rotation. So hit the bell icon and subscribe to my YouTube channel to make sure you do not miss them. And I make videos on medical concepts using diagrams and mnemonics, so please check them out and stay tuned and stay happy.